Hello, welcome to the Georgia Virtual College Fair. We're very happy to have you here tonight and are excited to share this with you. We have a few housekeeping announcements before we begin. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to send questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school and indicate that in your question, or you can ask questions for all of our representatives to answer about their institutions. Your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This session is being recorded. This session and all sessions will be available on the same page where you registered to watch after this week. It will take about a week for them to be posted. Now, I would like to turn this over to our presenters. We will first be hearing from tonight Fort Valley State University.
Good evening, everyone. I am Adasia Wheeler, the lead admissions counselor for Fort Valley State University. I serve in Southwest and Middle Georgia and the state of Alabama. For over 125 years, Fort Valley State University has served as the launchpad to success for talented students from all over the world. There's something about being a Wildcat that makes you hold your head higher, reach toward greater goals, and feel more empowered to make your mark. Here are my colleagues, Ms. Jemiah Cox, who is the Regional Enrollment Coordinator. She serves in Northwest Georgia and North and South Carolina. Mr. Trevion Burks, who serves in Northeast and Southeast Georgia and the state of Florida. We hope that during this time, all our prospective students and their families are continuing to stay safe and use the necessary CDC standard precautions. Fort Valley State University has the second largest campus in the state in terms of acreage, second only to the University of Georgia. Our academic facilities, residential halls, research spaces, and athletic venues mirror those at much larger schools. Our basketball arena, for example, seats 5,000 people and is the largest in Middle Georgia. Fort Valley is about centrally located as you can get. 15 minutes from Warner Robins, 25 minutes from Macon, Georgia, and 2 hours from Atlanta and Valdosta, Georgia. We like to say that we have majors from A to V, from accounting to visual and performing arts. Many of those programs are known for their ability to produce graduates who go on to do incredible things in their careers. Our main residential halls feature student apartments where each student has their own bedroom, a private or two-person bathroom, and lives in a 2, 3, or 4-bedroom suite with a kitchen and living room. It is the perfect way for you to get a college dorm experience while still having your own personal space. There are plenty of opportunities for you to lead as well, or just participate in something you love doing. More than 60 clubs and organizations are waiting for you to join, from student government to fraternities and sororities to the Blue Machine Marching Band. We are home of the 2017 Division II SIAC Conference Football Champions and other high-performing athletic teams, including men and women's basketball, men and women's track and field, men and women's tennis, women's softball, and women's volleyball. Our admission requirements are now test optional. You must have a high school GPA based on the CBC requirements of a 2.25 with a satisfactory of SAT or ACT scores, and a 2.4 without consideration of SAT or ACT scores. So a minimum SAT, minimum 480 on evidence-based reading and writing, and minimum 440 on math. For the ACT, minimum 17 on English or reading, and minimum 17 on math. Applying is easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit FVSU.edu, our website, and fill out a free application for admission. Have your official transcript sent to Fort Valley by your high school counselor, and have your official SAT or ACT test score sent to Fort Valley. So if you're serious about success, we could not be serious about you. We are ready to empower every possibility within you and help you shine your brilliance upon the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fort Valley State, for sharing that with us. Our next presentation will be from the University of South Alabama.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the University of South Alabama. I'm Caitlin Gibson, your admissions counselor, and I want to share everything that South has to offer you. So we are located in Lower Alabama. We are 45 minutes from the beach located on the beautiful Gulf Coast. We have some of the most beautiful white sandy beaches in the country. We're about an hour and a half from Gulf Shores, Alabama. But where are we located? And that is in Mobile, the Azalea City. Mobile is one of the largest cities in the state of Alabama and is birthplace to Mardi Gras. So there's a lot of different things going on in Mobile and around Mobile, from the Hangout Fest to our Mardi Gras parades. Mobile always has something for you to do on and off campus. Let's talk a little bit about numbers. We are a mid-sized university. We have about 14,000 students and 1,200 acres on our campus. This makes us the perfect size, not too big, not too small. Big enough for you to have big opportunities, but small enough where you're still getting an intimate setting with professors and faculty on our campus. We have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning that your class sizes are going to be very similar to what you have in high school. This is going to allow you the opportunity to meet with your professors and get a very intimate college experience. We also own and operate 2 hospitals and a cancer research institute. We are a top 5% research institute as well. South offers over 100 different academic programs, from bachelor's all the way to doctoral programs. These are our academic colleges. We have everything from nursing to medicine to meteorology to engineering. If there's something that you want to pursue, I'm pretty sure South Alabama can offer it to you. So at South, we want you to be the best you possible, and that means providing services just for you. All of our student services are accessible and free on our campus. So anything from tutoring to writing assistance, advisement, and career services is going to be free and accessible. We are here to get you in and out of the door in 4 years. We are going to invest in our students and make sure that you're getting the best education possible and becoming the best you that you can be. We have 17 Division I athletic teams at South. We are in the Sun Belt Conference. You can see all of the programs here that we offer. But the great thing is that you get into any home game for free. That's right. Your student ID is your pass into any of our home games. We have a brand new football stadium and it's open this year. So what does that mean for you? Tailgating Saturdays, that traditional college campus feel of tailgating, cookouts, fraternity and sorority life, all of those really fun things that you get to participate with athletics. If athletics is not really your thing, we have over 200 other clubs and organizations for you to join, whether that's Greek life, fraternities and sororities, honors organizations, or major specific clubs. We even have a Quidditch team for you to join. So anything that you're looking to do at South, we have it for you. This is a great way for you to get plugged into the university, build your resume, and make those lifelong friendships. At South, we have over 33 different residence halls for you to choose from, and my favorite thing is no community bathrooms. So there's no shower shoes, no shower caddy, and the best thing is that we offer some really cool amenities. You have free unlimited laundry. That means no lugging your quarters around or taking your laundry home on the weekends for mom and dad to do. You have your own campus mailbox, free Wi-Fi, and cable. South is for the foodie at heart. My personal favorite thing about South in and around campus is the food. So on campus, we have a ton of different eats for you to choose from, an all-you-can-eat cafeteria, and we have some of the best food that you can get in Alabama, especially the fresh seafood, because we are on the Gulf Coast. So how do you get into South? You're going to apply online at southalabama.edu. Send us your transcripts and send us your test scores. You need at least a 2.5 GPA and a 19 on the ACT or a 990 SAT to be admitted. If you are unable to test due to COVID, South is going to be test optional for this upcoming year. You can see here what it costs for a whole year at South Alabama, in-state versus out-of-state. So all of my Georgia students, I know you're looking at the out-of-state number, but I have some really great ways for you to pay for college, and that's scholarships. Our scholarship started at 3.0 and a 1060 SAT or a 21 ACT. If you receive any of our merit scholarships as an out-of-state student, you're also going to get in-state tuition rates. So that's about $10,000 off of your tuition bill automatically. The great news is that South is also test optional for scholarships for this upcoming year. South is not just a direction, but a destination. So if you have any questions, please give me a call, an email, or a text. My name is Caitlin, and I'm here to help you. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great evening.
Great, thank you so much, Caitlin. Our next presentation will be from the University of South Carolina, Beaufort.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our presentations today. I am a college representative from the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. If you do not know where we are located, we are actually right on the corner of the bottom of South Carolina, right next to Georgia. We're actually located 30 minutes outside of Savannah into South Carolina. So a lot of our students go and hang out at in Savannah during the weekends or nights or what have you. We actually have three campuses, but we are all one university. So there's about a 30-minute drive between each campus. Our Beaufort and our Bluffton campuses both have dorm housing. They are apartment styles. There are 4 single bedrooms with 2 full bathrooms, bath and shower combos, washer dryer, a full kitchen with microwave, dishwasher, all that stuff, and then furnished living room. I like to say all you need to bring when you move in is the pretty stuff. So a couple of quick facts about us in general. We were actually founded all the way back in 1795 as Beaufort College. Our original building is actually still over on our Beaufort campus. In 1959, we became part of the University of South Carolina system. This is actually really awesome in the fact that when you graduate from USC Beaufort, if you do choose to, your degree would say University of South Carolina. So it's just like you're graduating from the main campus in Columbia. Our Bluffton campus, which is our main campus, opened in 2004. We began our revitalization of the Beaufort campus into the Honors College. And then our new Hilton Head Island campus opened in 2019, which is where our hospitality management majors are located. We have a little over 2,000 students, so if you're looking for a small family type one-on-one environment, that's definitely what we strive for. And we have over 1,000 students living on campus. We have about a 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, and we have over 40 different clubs and organizations. That includes everything from FCA to Greek life to Bonds and Vagabonds, our theater group to anything in between. And then since we are such a small campus, if there's something that we don't have on campus, you just need yourself and 4 other students and you can start your own organization. We also have 9 athletic teams and we are part of the NAIA Sun Conference. So about our Bluffton campus. So this is located in Bluffton, South Carolina, right off of 95 on the way to Hilton Head Island. This is where our administrative offices are located, as well as 10 of our on-campus residence halls, our campus center, the gym, as well as the smoothie bar, which is located there, which is one of the 3 places to eat. We also have a library and our campus center, which is where students can go and hang out. It also includes our bookstore and our cafeteria. And then in our library, we have the Hawk's Nest, which is lovingly called by Starbucks by the students due to the fact that they serve Starbucks coffee. It's really nice in the fact that our students can use their meal swipes in any of the 3 eateries on campus. Moving on, we have our Bluffton campus. This is actually located in the heart of historic Beaufort. We are located in between the Intercoastal Waterway, so it's right on the water, and the historic Beaufort, South Carolina area. So it's very awesome if you are looking to be a history major as well as our honors program. This has 5 on-campus residence halls. It has a cafe eatery on campus, as well as studio art style classrooms for our studio art majors. And then the honors program is a cohort model. So if you do decide you want some more information or you think the cohort model is right for you, please look us up online at uscb.edu and then search honors program. And this is some more information about the honors program. It includes biology, business, low country studies, and nursing. And then also over here, we just moved our marine biology students over here, as well as our history and visual art and design. Then for our Hilton Head Island campus, this is where our hospitality management majors go for their junior and senior years. It is located right near Sea Pines Resort, which is one of the best vacation industries in the nation and almost in the world because we are right by Hilton Head Island. We have access to high quality internship opportunities at world-renowned spas, restaurants, hotels, etc. And this campus actually features a demonstration kitchen, a business lab, and classrooms for students to have classes or meeting spaces. Now, our admissions requirements for freshmen. If you are looking to come to us, we require a 2.0 minimum core academic GPA. So that's calculated usually Englishes, maths, 2 credits of the same foreign language. We don't necessarily care which, but they have to be 2 of the same. And then a PE or ROTC credit, art credit, so on and so forth. If you would like the breakdown, we actually have that posted at our website, uscb.edu. And we are test optional this year. So if you didn't take the test or you simply don't like your score, this is the time to apply for it. Now, for some college affordability. So this shows you the difference between our in-state versus out-of-state for a year. So, or excuse me, not a year, a semester. Or yeah, I apologize. But due to the fact we have Chatham, Effingham, and Bryan counties, y'all get automatic in-state tuition as well. And then if anyone is interested in our residential scholarships, you just have to meet one of the criteria, and then you would get $11,000 off your admission. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Victoria. Just a reminder to all of our attendees, please remember to use that Q&A box. I know our representatives would love to share more about their schools, and you can add your questions right in there for our representatives to answer about their institutions. Now we will start the second half of our evening and time together. We will now hear from the University of South Florida.
Hi guys, I'm just pulling up the PowerPoint real quick. Hey everyone, my name's Jackie. I'm just making sure I'm not muted. Okay, sorry. I'm one of the out-of-state. Okay, I'm one of the out-of-state recruiter advisors here at the University of South Florida. I'm going to give you a quick overview of USF. So we are one university geographically distributed across the greater Tampa Bay area. So we have 3 different campuses. So Tampa, where life's lived larger, is our big campus where you think of D1 University, you'll get that there. We have our St. Petersburg campus where city meets sand because it's located right next to St. Pete and Clearwater Beach. And of course, we have our Sarasota Manatee campus, where big ideas start small because it is one of our smaller campuses. Our total enrollment is over 50,000 students. So again, most of those students are going to be on the Tampa campus. Again, if you want the big D1 vibes, you're going to want Tampa, but we do have the other 2 campuses if you want a smaller campus. The student faculty ratio is 21:1. Average class size is 33 students. One of our biggest points of pride on campus is definitely our diversity. 41.5% of USF students come from a diverse background. We have students from all 50 states, and we have students coming from over 140 different countries. USF offers over 200 different majors and concentrations for students to get involved in. So we have something for every student. I will say our most popular majors are definitely engineering, business, nursing, and of course, marine biology. We are one of America's fastest rising universities. We did get ranked number 46 among public universities in the US News and World Report, so we're pretty proud of that. Student life is an important aspect on any college campus. So USF offers over 700 different student clubs and organizations for students. They can be academic based, or they could be, just fun. I heard of a group of girls start a I Love Chocolate group on campus. So we have over 1,000 different 1,000 different events that happen on campus each year. We're a member of the NCAA Division I athletics. We also have recreation and intramural sports for students to get involved in. And we do have our very own on-campus Publix grocery store, which is a pretty big thing in Florida. And yes, we have our very own right next to the dorms on campus. More with academics, again, we have over 200 different majors and concentrations for students to get involved in. Another point of pride with USF is our research. We did earn the title of a Tier 1 research institution. So what that means is throughout all 200 of those majors, students can start research experience alongside their faculty members starting freshman year. We also have our Judy Genshaft Honors College. We have great study abroad opportunities for students and access to local, national, and global internships. Campus housing. Freshmen are not limited to any one housing style. So for students who want a roommate and they want that traditional roommate, they can have the traditional style. For students who want something a little bit more independent living, we do have suite style and apartment style for students. And throughout all of the housing, we have living learning communities. So students can choose to live with students that are studying the same major as them. Now I just want to get into a little bit more of our admissions criteria and the admissions process. So students can apply online at usf.edu/admissions, or you can apply via the coalition or common application. We do have the application fee of $30, or you can submit your fee waiver, and you can actually submit that directly to me. I'll have my email at the end. And then you can also just submit your high school transcript and your test scores. Again, I can receive the transcript directly from a counselor if they want to go ahead and email that to me, or it can be loaded through the coalition or common app. On here, I also have our admitted profile for freshmen. So I have that right in the corner for you so you can see our average admitted profile for freshmen for the fall and summer term, since we do admit for both. These are some deadlines, important deadlines to keep in mind. We do have a November 1st priority application deadline, but the most important deadline for us is going to be that February 15th. That's the application completion deadline for admission scholarship consideration. So it's really important to make sure you have your application in, your test scores, and your transcript so we can consider you for those admissions scholarships. And May 1st is when you've decided I want to be a USF Bull and you pay the admissions deposit. These are the admissions merit-based scholarships, so you do not have to apply to these separately. So when you apply to USF and you submit your required documents, if you have this criteria, GPA and test scores, that is your award. Another major point of pride with USF is definitely our cost of tuition. We have one of the lowest rates in the country. Our rates are often the same or lower than in-state rates at non-Florida universities. And with that being said, I have my email right there, kanej@usf.edu. Please feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions at all. On here, I also have the link to our virtual tours, so you can check out all 3 campuses. We also have our virtual open house on October 24th. Just shoot me an email and I can help you get registered for all of those. And then the last link, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Jackie. We appreciated that and loved hearing about USF. All right, our next school today will be the University of Utah.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Alexandra Getz. I am an admissions counselor at the University of Utah, located in Salt Lake City. I am very familiar with the Southeast. I grew up in Central Florida and moved out here a few years ago, so I can answer any questions that you have about that. Otherwise, I like to start just by saying welcome to the University of Utah presentation. As you can see, we've got a pretty large campus in a very beautiful area. We are very close to the mountains, as well as being very close to Salt Lake City. This looks a little bit different than our campus does right now today. We are hosting the vice presidential debate tonight. So some pretty cool stuff going on our campus right now. Typical computer. Okay, there we go. So our main campus is located in Salt Lake City, just like I mentioned. Salt Lake City is the capital of our state, and we've got lots to offer here in downtown Salt Lake. We also have a smaller campus in South Korea that is a growing campus, although it does have a few more limited majors as well. We have over 24,000 undergraduate students on our campus today. That does not include our graduate programs and pre-professional programs like med schools, dentistry schools, or anything along those lines. And even with that large student population, we're able to keep a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio with an average class size of about 23 students. What this means for you as a student is plenty of connections, not only to your peers, but also to your professors who can help write letters of recommendation, as well as helping you find a job or an internship that's the right fit for you. Our faculty are some of the best out there. We're very proud of them. They've received tons of different awards. And about 98% of our faculty do currently hold the highest degree possible in their field. So you're learning from the best of the best. The next thing that I'll touch on here is we are an R1 or Research 1 institution, and we're one of 65 universities recognized by the Association of American Universities for the amount of research that we're doing. So we're doing a significant amount of research that really has an impact on the world around us. And the last thing I like to mention is we have over 150 different academic programs. This ranges from everything from our video game design program. We've been ranked in the top 10 for the past 10 years standing. We have one of the top entrepreneurship programs. We are ranked in the top 5 this year for entrepreneurship. And we also offer tons of different programs throughout STEM and engineering. But what I like the most about the University of Utah is that we offer not just STEM and science-focused majors, we also have a great balance of the arts as well. We have a dance program that is worldwide, is recognized globally. We have hundreds of students that have graduated from that and gone on to ballet and modern dance fields, as well as having one of the top performing arts and theater programs in the nation as well. A lot to offer on our campus, and we're really proud of that. So like I mentioned, we are very close to downtown Salt Lake City. I know many of you are probably not familiar with Salt Lake or Utah. We have 5 national parks. The big 5 national parks are within 4 hours of our campus, and we have multiple student trips that go down there on the weekends. We also are within 30 minutes of 7 world-class ski resorts. So if you like to ski or snowboard, this is the place for you. Like we constantly have students going and skiing after class, so there's a lot to offer. And then all of our students do get free transit passes, so they can not only go downtown for all of our basketball games, like the Utah Jazz basketball games, or any of our shopping or eateries. There's lots to offer for our students, and they can also take transit up to those ski resorts without having to worry about driving. I always like to just show this. This is where Utah is on a map. It's kind of out in the middle of the West, but we're super close to everything. We have a major airport that can get you pretty much anywhere you want to be very, very quickly. And there's often direct flights to and from Atlanta. We are a member of the Pac-12 conference, which is the Pacific Athletic Conference. It's one of the Power 5 conferences in athletics. What a lot of people realize is that you have to have pretty great academics to be in an athletic conference, and we do. We almost won the championships last year. We were the runners up. We also have one of the top women's gymnastics teams in the nation, which is actually one of the highest attended women's sporting events. And then we also like to mention that athletic conferences are also academic conferences. So in order for us to be invited to the Pac-12, we have to have academic standards up to the partner institutions. For us, that's the University of Washington, UCLA, Stanford, University of Arizona, all institutions with amazing, amazing reputations, and you're going to get the same quality education here. So we do use a holistic review process through our admissions process, meaning we're looking primarily at your academic performance, but also we want to know what's going on outside the classroom. What are you involved in? Are you a primary caregiver for younger siblings? Did you get a concussion sophomore year that tanked your grades? We want to know all of that. It gives us more context. We are on the Common App, so definitely check us out there. And then we have 2 different deadlines coming up, December 1st and February 1st. If you apply by these deadlines, you will automatically be considered not just for admissions, but all merit-based scholarships. We do also ask for your official transcripts to be sent from your high school directly. And then as of this year, we are completely test optional, meaning that if you have not been able to get an ACT or an SAT, or you have not done as well as you'd hoped, you do not need that to be admitted or to get scholarships. This is something we are continuing on to next year, and we're hoping to continue on after that. So definitely don't feel stressed about trying to go to a SAT or ACT. Oh, am I out of time, Jennifer? Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, very close.
Well, feel free to drop in Q&As. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alexandra, for sharing with us about the University of Utah. Our 6th school presenting tonight will be the University of West Georgia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging around to hear from UWG. My name is Emily Wurst, and I am one of our admissions representatives here. I've been in this job for about 2 years now, and I was a student prior to that. I graduated from UWG in 2018. So I've got a fairly good perspective on both the student side of things and staff side of things, and I'm excited to share those with you tonight. As I talk, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A, and my teammate Amanda is here to help me answer those as well. But first things first, the University of West Georgia is a public mid-size university. Now, when I say mid-size, I mean we have about 13,200 students in total. That puts us right in that sweet spot between the big campus environment and small campus feel. We have all the opportunities as far as athletics, student involvements, a variety of majors that you would expect to find at a large university, but with an average class size of about 24 students and an 18-to-1 student to professor ratio. Those small class sizes means that you will get the opportunity to get to know your other students in your major very well and develop those connections, as well as getting to know your professors and developing those relationships that'll help you both in school and after. Our main campus is located in Carrollton, Georgia. This is going to be our primary residential campus where you'll have access to everything we offer. Much like the university itself, Carrollton is kind of not too big, not too small. We're super centrally located, about 45 minutes to an hour west of Atlanta. We do have a satellite campus in Noonan as well. That is strictly a commuter campus. We offer all of our core classes there, as well as a couple of our majors, and we have a few online options as well. When it comes to programs of study, we have over 90 different majors and programs across 6 different academic colleges. We're a comprehensive university, so we offer a little bit of everything across the board. Some of our most popular majors are biology, including that pre-med and pre-professional tracks, nursing, psychology, education, both at that elementary education level, as well as secondary education for middle and high school grades, marketing and management within our College of Business, mass communications, which covers some of those journalism and film production classes, and criminology. We do require freshman students to live on campus with us at West Georgia. We have several different styles of housing. Most commonly for our freshman students will either be traditional housing or our suite style housing. And the suite style housing, you will have a roommate. The 2 of you will share a private bathroom in that room for a little bit more privacy. All of our freshman housing is super centrally located both to our academic quad, which is where the majority of our freshman core classes are taught, as well as our dining facilities. We have excellent food at West Georgia, 2 full-service dining halls, one on the east side of campus and one on the west side of campus, as well as several stop, grab-and-go places like our Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. I promise you will not go hungry here. Student involvement is a pretty broad topic to cover, and I want to make sure I can hit on as much of it as possible. We offer over 1,600 internships at West Georgia. Some majors do require internships as a part of the curriculum. Some are a little bit more elective, but our Career Services Department does a great job of connecting students with employers in the Carrollton area and in the Atlanta area that are looking for interns to get those learning experiences outside of the classroom and that professional development as well. We have over 160 different registered student clubs and organizations. That can be anything from an academic club, something based on your major, honor societies, that could be hobbies or special interests. That also includes Greek life. We have 25 different fraternities and sororities across 4 different Greek councils. University recreation is another great way to stay involved and stay active. That's our gym on campus, our rock climbing wall, intramural sports, fun ways to stay active and competitive. Speaking of competition, we are in NCAA Division II athletics. We have 14 different teams and we compete in the Gulf South Conference. We have 24 different national championships. We also offer over 30 different study abroad programs every year. So the possibilities of things to do at West Georgia are limitless. One of the big questions that always comes up is affordability and how to make college work from an affordability standpoint. Last year, we awarded over $126 million total in financial aid. Now, just as a reminder, we are a public university, so that means that we are able to accept that state and federal aid. Georgia students, we can take your Hope Scholarship, your Zell Miller Scholarship, all those sorts of awards. Additionally, last year we awarded over $3 million in institutional scholarships. That is money directly from UWG into your pocket to help you cover the cost of attendance with us. Scholarships can be based on any number of things: academics, extracurricular activities, leadership you've been a part of. Any number of things can make a student eligible. All accepted students are eligible to apply for scholarships. Once you are accepted, you can head to that website there, westga.edu/scholarships, and fill out one scholarship application that will apply you for over 300 different awards. Our scholarship application opens about the 1st of November every year and closes about the 1st of February. When we're looking at the admissions process and how to get here and become a Wolf, that too is pretty straightforward. You can head out to our website, westga.edu/beginwest, and complete the online application. There is a $40 application fee, but if you qualify for a fee waiver, we can take that in place of your fees. This year, we have waived our SAT or ACT test requirements. So for students entering 2021, you do not need to worry about sending an SAT or ACT. We will just be looking at your high school GPA. So we are going to look at what we consider your required high school courses, core courses, those CPC courses. That's going to be your math, English, science, social studies, and foreign language classes. We're looking for a minimum academic GPA of a 2.6. We work on what's called rolling admission, so we don't necessarily have an early action deadline and a later deadline. Once we receive your application and your transcript here in our office, we'll go ahead and process that. It usually takes about 7 to 10 business days to process that decision. Our final application deadline won't be until June 1st, but we have plenty of time before then. We are starting early so we can make sure we meet that scholarship deadline of February 1st. So again, to apply, it is just the online application with your fee payment and your transcript. Finally, I did want to make sure to invite you all to visit our campus, whether that be virtually or in person. We are offering in-person options right now. They are a little bit more limited in capacity, just to keep everyone safe that is visiting and to keep our students who are on campus now safe as well. So we are requiring that you sign up in advance for any of our on-campus visits, but you can find more information about visits, about the admissions process, and about anything else I talked about at our website, westga.edu/admissions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Emily, for sharing with us. We enjoyed hearing about the University of West Georgia. Since we have a few more minutes and we also have to talk together and also to make sure that there's time for all of our representatives to answer information in the Q&A box. This is a great time if you've thought of a question after hearing from all 6 of these great schools to add your question to the Q&A. Since we have a couple minutes, I would love to do a round robin, a little question answer share. So if each of the presenters could unmute themselves, if you'd like to turn your camera back on, go right ahead to join us. We really appreciate it. So we had a question in the box that was a couple questions about academic majors. So I just wanted to give you all one more opportunity. If there's anything you'd like to say about the range of majors, popular majors, or how students should best find out more details about them at your school. And there was a specific question about dance. So if you have any dance programs, if you want to integrate that into your response, that would be awesome as well. We'll go in the same order. So we'll start with Fort Valley State.
So most of our top majors would be biology, anything particularly with ag, psychology, and criminal justice. But we do not have a dance program. However, we do have a visual and performing arts and drama and music major.
Thank you. South Alabama?
So we offer a big range of everything. We have a ton of STEM programs. We also have a lot of majors involving medicine, allied health, pre-professional programs. We also have a ton of arts and sciences as well, liberal arts degrees. We do not have a specific dance major, but we do have performing arts, visual arts, music, and drama as well.
Go ahead, South Carolina, Beaufort.
So we have a wide variety of different majors. We have everything from biology to studio art and I'm so sorry, studio art, history, English, pretty much everything in between, and then a few professional programs. If you'd like a full list, you can definitely check out our website, uscb.edu. But our top majors are nursing, biology, psychology, and then business.
South Florida.
Yeah, hi. So again, we have over 200 different majors spread across the 3 different campuses. I will say our most popular ones are definitely engineering, marine biology, obviously being close to the beaches. Nursing is very popular, and our College of Business is also very popular. We do have our College of Dance, and students apply to USF like normal, and then they have to audition for the College of Dance. And we have ballet, modern dance, and choreography. And those students work in a very close-knit learning environment with their faculty and classmates.
Utah?
Yep. So I think I mentioned that we do have dance, we have ballet and modern, but we also see a lot of students that are going the pre-professional route. We do have a law school and a med school on campus with 5 surrounding hospitals right off the edge of our campus. So we do see a lot of nursing students as well as engineering, and then business is very large in our area, especially with us being so close to downtown and being able to get internships for students. But because we are the capital, political science is also extremely popular. We send students not only to our state capital, but also the nation's capital and even internationally to do internships with the governments.
Thank you. West Georgia?
I think I hit on some of our most popular majors. That biology program draws a lot of students. Our nursing and education programs are part of what we are really known for, as well as some of our social sciences. Unfortunately, we do not offer a dance major, but if you are looking at those performing arts, we do have 3 different music majors as well as a theater major.
Great, thank you so much. I want to try and sneak this in. So maybe about 15, 20 seconds for each school, but I really would love to be able to have everyone get a feel for the student experience a little bit more too. So if we could each go in that same order, and as one person finishes, the next person can just start. What is a favorite campus tradition, event, or space on your campus? Just something that gives a real taste of that student, something really special about the student experience and culture. Fort Valley State, you may begin. All right. Okay, we will just move to University of South Alabama and start there.
Yeah, so we are a newer university. We were built in the 1960s, and so our traditions are newer. They're not historically old, but something we do during homecoming week is called Ooze Ball. Our students started it. It is a mud volleyball tournament, and it is so fun. All of our students participate in it. It's just a very exciting, fun time, and you get really dirty and messy. Love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then for University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we actually, speaking as a former student, we have what's called Sharkapalooza, and it is at the end of our first week of school. It's where the school actually provides, it's kind of like a fair, so they have jump castles. One year we had a circus entertainers come and just had a great time. You get free food, and you just really feel that sense of community and school that we have at the small school that we love so much.
We have our week of welcome at USF, so that's for all new students to welcome them, and we'll have our Bulls Market Day at that time for students to promote their clubs and organizations. Frats and sororities are out there to promote themselves to get more people involved.
For us, I'd say it's probably Red Fest, which is basically a massive concert and festival that we host once a year. We've had some amazing entertainers come over the past years, and we try and change it up every year. We are trying to figure out how to do it virtually this year so our students can still have that campus tradition.
One of my favorite traditions at West Georgia is our Welcome Back Blast. It is right as the beginning of the classes are starting in Love Valley, which is sort of the campus green. We will set up carnival rides. There'll be blow up inflatable slides. We'll have funnel cakes and fried Oreos and all kinds of good stuff to not only welcome our new students to campus, but also welcome our returning students back. Students' organizations will be out and be represented, and it's just a fun time to come together as a community to launch the new academic year.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. And I'm sorry, it looks like we lost our Fort Valley State University representative, but I'm sure if you go to their website, you'll be able to find information about their traditions and campus events as well. We are coming to the end of our time together today. We thank you so much for being in attendance and learning about each of these great institutions and for asking wonderful questions. For any questions that weren't able to be answered during the chat tonight, our representatives will be able to follow up. And of course, to all of our attendees, you can head to each campus's website to learn more and to contact the representatives as they shared this evening. So again, thank you everyone for joining us and to our presenters for sharing their school with us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any information that you can share with us as feedback. Also, again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. So we hope that you will sign up and join us for an additional sessions this week and in coming weeks. Also, in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all session recordings posted online where you registered. We hope that everyone, again, has a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us and good night.